So I made that video the other day, that short talking about the Flail snail and how you can use its shell for a variety of properties. It sells for a ton of gold when I was talking about, playing with all the new players. And so many of you were like, oh my God, that's so clever. Is there a book? Did you come up with that on your own? How did you determine all of that? And I would like to introduce you from the Flail snail we talked about to its stat block in the book. This is in Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse. And more importantly, the flavor text in the stat block. So if you see right here, it says, using the shell of the flail snail, its shell weighs 250 pounds. Intact, it can be sold for 5,000 gold. And then skilled armorers can turn one shell into 3 shields that use, again, the anti-magic shell feature that the snail has, which functions like a spell guard shield with the opportunity to kind of absorb some magic and deal damage back to the person's people around you. And then after a month, that fades to become just a spell guard shield, which is still a very rare magical shield. Or you can grind up the shell and put it in dye to turn it into a robe of scintillating colors. So now I'm not going to tell you that every single monster in all of the monster manual books and things that exist for 5e, especially the first party ones, have sections like this. But what it will tell me, to remind you, is don't sleep on the flavor text. Everybody gets so focused on, obviously, the art is iconic, and then obviously the stat block, right? Because that's the fundamentals of what you're actually going to use at the table to run the monster. But sometimes down here in the flavor text, you can find really useful or interesting information. So maybe there are other creatures that exist in 5e that use that have a similar stat block with cool stuff. If you know of any, leave them in the comments and maybe we'll make a video on them in the future.